Defended by Mpbl. Shot clock is at 11. You have to be careful here. Gabo will fire. That's a dagger right there. On this very floor, Migs, who was the one who pulled them out of a possible grave. There's the try to the left. He puts it in! 1 point lead to go. No more time out. Archie comes up front. How he put that one in after the goal. What a shot. Great steal, but he didn't win it. Oh, showtime! And there's a highlight video behind the back. The shot is good. And Martin on his return. He delivers a good shot. And Robbie with a finish and that's it. Yeah, the flag. Ramirez goes up. The lead is going to get the jab. Yes, he will. Slams it home. Bring us on the cut. Big. Basket is good. Bring us. Yes, sir! Well back from Loney. Stopping and popping. Sasso. Wide open. La Grama from where? Bottle down! It is another beautiful night for Philippine basketball as we welcome you to your continuing coverage of the 2022 Mpbl playoffs. Buenas noches mga kaliga. Tonight we come to you live from the Mayor Vitaliano Diagan Coliseum all the way from Zamboanga City for Game 1 of your South Division quarterfinal series between B-Boy Engyo and the Muntinlupa Cagers going up against JC Marcelino and the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines who come into their home court today, winning 10 straight games as they ended their regular season stint in your 2022 Mpbl season. Game 1 of this best of 3 series between Zamboanga and Muntinlupa. Thank you so much for joining us. Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach JV Gayoso. Coach JV, we all know that Muntinlupa had to win their last 2 crucial games of the season in order to set up this date in the quarterfinals against Zamboanga. But what do they have to do in order to neutralize JC Marcelino and the rest of these Zamboangueños?
Well, first of all, kailangan dingi sila tonight because the crowd is gonna get into it. And then they have to face the brothers and everybody else in that Zamboanga lineup. They have to be solid, play tough, and not give in to the everything that Zamboanga wants to do. They should go against.
Well, one thing we can expect from Muntinlupa, high moral sila coming into this matchup today. And speaking of high moral din po ang ating courtside reporter na si Janan Yanes. G, greeting to you.
Good evening, buenas noches, and magandang gabi sa lahat ng ating mga ka-MPBL na nanonood ngayon. Alam naman natin that whenever we are here in Zamboanga City, we receive quite a show, and both of our teams that are about to play will really be feeding off of this atmosphere. I'll elaborate more on that during my reports, but right now I'm throwing it back to you, Migs and JV.
Thank you so much, Gianna. Now, we did talk about Muntinlupa needing to win their last 2 games to reach the playoffs as the number 8 seed. In their previous outing, Coach JV B-Boy Engyo stepped up as their all-star in that big-time win over the Imos Bandera. Now, if you're Muntinlupa, coming off that win, ano yung dala mo mula sa pagkapanalo na yun na kailangan ito yung consistent na may dadala mo rin kalaban ng Zamboanga?
Well, the two wins shows that they have the talent to pull off miracles. Ito makikita natin in that game, yung huli nila 42% field goal shooting. Hindi kasing galing ng Imos, pero sa 3-point field goals naman medyo dumikit lang sila ng konti. Turnovers, 10 turnovers compared to 17 because this Muntinlupa team really plays tough defense. Bench points 42-50. Lamang pa rin ang Imos, yet nanalo pa rin ang Muntinlupa.
Well, the story of that game was none other than B-Boy Engyo, who had 29 big points to steer Muntinlupa into the playoffs. Now, as for Zamboanga, the last team that they also beat was the Imus Bandera, and it was JC Marcelino leading the way for a 15-point victory.
Well, ito makikita natin talagang very dominant ang family sardines dito sa Banderas, in all aspects of the game. The total difference between Muntinlupa is Muntinlupa now knows that even if their stats are worse than their opponents, they can still pull off wins by other aspects of the game that they probably improved on. That's the reason why they won.
Now, as for Zamboanga, it was a tight game at the beginning of that match, which is the Imus Bandera just pulled off by the second half with the emergence of, once again, Mr. JC Marcelino. Now we have two players to watch out for in today's ball game. One of those, Coach JB, was your three-point shootout bet in the All-Star Day na si Domar Matiliano, and he's going up against another All-Star in today's ball game na si JC Marcelino. Let's take a look at their statistics.
Well, ito makikita natin averaging 18 points ito si Matiliano, and Marcelino as well, 17.2. But basically, mas all-around player itong si Marcelino. Yet, we cannot really count out Matiliano, 47% field goal compared to 51 kay JC. And then rebounding, halos pareho lang. Very aggressive tong dalawa. Assist, unselfish players tong mga to. But I would prefer Matiliano to take the threes rather than pass. And then turnovers, very limited sila. They really take good care of the ball.
Those two players are two of the top 5 best scorers in the Mpbl, ready to square off in Game 1 of their quarterfinal series here in Zamboanga. Domar Matiliano and JC Marcelino are with Gianna Llanes.
Yes, I'll start with you, Domar. From the first time we spoke, sabi mo marami kang gusto ma-achieve dito sa season na to. One of them, congratulations because you were a 3-point champion during the All-Star game. Ngayon naman, that we're into the playoffs, ano ang gagawin mo para ma-achieve yung goal mo na maging isang leader ng koponan mo?
Ganun lang, focus lang ulit kami sa game plan namin. Maglaro lang kami as a team at yung mga ensayo namin, gawin lang namin ngayon.
Thank you very much. Now let's talk to JC Marcelino. JC, ikaw naman sinabi mo sa akin that your biggest motivation during the eliminations ay makabalik kayo dito sa home court nyo. Now that you guys got the top seed and you're back here for the first game of the playoffs, gaano ka-espesyal itong moment na ito?
Ayun, sobrang special sa amin sa team namin kasi sobrang laking bagay na may crowd kami para mas lalo pa kaming ganahan maglaro ng bigay namin lahat yung best namin para manalo dito sa home court.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was JC Marcelino and Domar Matiliano. Let's turn it over now to our Coliseum Barker, Richard Tampos, for the start of the game.
Buenas noches a todo. Zamboanga, are you ready? Bien fuerte y también el excitement dale con ustedes para más vivo el día de noche. This is game 1 of the best of 3 quarterfinals for the South Division between Muntinlupa Cagers and your Zamboanga Family's Brand Sardines on the OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl 4th season presented by Extreme. Here are the starters first. Trying to keep their intensity, finishing the elimination rounds at number 8, the Muntinlupa Cagers. And forward number 31, B-Boy Engio. One guard number 22, John Cantimbuhan. Playing center number 12, Steven Kudal. Power forward number 7, Harold Arboleda. Starting at guard number 8, the Mpbl All-Star 3-point king, the Iceman, Domar Matiliano. Muntinlupa Cagers is led by Vinci Salvador, assisted by JC Libunao and Red Llorio, with assistant coach and team manager Tristan Tahan. Alboroto kita. Let's meet the South Division top seeded, your Zamboanga Families Red Sardines. Number 2, Chino Mosqueda. Number 3, your very own from Kasangyangan, Choi Ignacio. Number 8, Jamo Egilos. Number 9, Adi Santos. Number 15, Cyrus Tabi. Number 23, Chris Dumapig. Number 28, Chito Jaime. Number 29, Jeb Comia. Number 34 from Barangay Santa Maria, Med Salim. Number 99 from Barangay Talaban, John Mahari. Now the starting center, number 6, Jason Grimaldo. And forward number 1, Tosi Tansinko. Also at forward number 17, Chaps Bautista. Starting at guard, number 19, JB Marcelino. And at point guard, number 11, the 2022 Mpbl All-Star MVP, JC Marcelino. Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines head coaches Vic Icasiano, assistant coaches Hubert De Los Santos, Leo Pujante, Kevin Di Castro, Jake Agleron, and Kat Tenorio. Marketing manager Ram Iraham. Marketing associate is Didi Arquisa. Team representative is Antoinette Roque. And the general manager is Mr. Alvin Muñoz. Now both teams at the center court for the pregame handshake. And at this point, we like to call it at the center court, Zamboanga City Honorable Mayor John Dalipe with the team owner of Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines, Mr. T.P. Cao. Joining them is our Mpbl executives. Head of Basketball Operations, Mr. Emerson Oreta. Security Head, Mr. Rudy, the Destroyer Distrito. Once again, thanks to our MPBL executives and to Mayor John Dalipe.
We are
and
about to
Mr.
begin
TV
Game
Cao.
1 of your South Division quarterfinal series between the number 1 seeded team, the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines, looking to defend their home court against the number 8 seeded team, the Muntinlupa Cagers, who will begin with Puroy Cantimbuhan, Gomark Matiliano, Steven Cudal, Harold Arboleda, and B-Boy Engio. As for Zamboanga, the Marcelino twins will be starting alongside Jason Grimaldo, Ratan Cinco, and Japs Bautista. That has been a conversation all season long. Zamboanga is one of the best bench scoring teams in the MPBL. But that is mostly because the Marcelino twins have come off the bench in the regular season. Iba na po ang sitwasyon ngayong playoffs.
Iba nga, pero makikita din natin the players coming off the bench of itong Zamboanga have championship pedigree. Nandun ang mga original champion team from Batangas. Ilan sila nandun? Grimaldo,
Adi Santos and Jamoy Gilos.
yes, and you've got Chito Jaime, who also made it to the finals, and several other guys who can contribute aside from the 5 playing right now.
This guy, Japs Bautista, who scores the first basket of the ball game, he made the South Division Finals with Basilan in 2020.
Yes, kaya marami talagang yung abilidad talaga nitong Zamboanga, a mixture of experience, championship, veterans, plus the youth of the twins and everybody else coming off the bench. Ayan, quick hands.
Here come the twins, JV Marcelino on the layup.
Ayoko silang magkasabay dahil magkamukha, numero lang ang nagkakaiba eh, no? That's why I was happy covering the All-Star game. Kulang yung isa.
Well, in this game, you can also look at their shoes.
Yes.
At least that can help you out. Cantimbuhan on the drive. Good defense by Zamboanga. No fast break opportunity. They will inbound from the baseline courtesy of Ratan Cinco.
Well, this is what Muntinlupa needs to do. I actually can't pronounce his name, number 22 of Muntinlupa.
John Cantimbuhan.
Cantimbuhan has to understand that he shouldn't fight fire with fire against these two twins.
What a block by B-Boy Engio.
He just should play his game. Kung maskoran sa ng Marcelino brothers, continue playing the game. It's early. The game just started. Okay lang yon. Just get into the flow of the game before you start creating for yourself, because you've got a lot of great scorers sa Muntinlupa.
Well, as for Puroy Cantimbuhan, he has taken on challenges all season long. Remember, he wasn't supposed to be the main point guard of the Cagers. It was supposed to be Argel Mendoza,
Yes.
who went down with a knee injury early in the season.
And this guy is capable of filling in the shoes. The problem is, it's gonna be a tall order for him.
Ratan Cinco missing from 3. Arboleda gets the board. Interesting starting lineup here for Muntinlupa. Arboleda playing the 4, B-Boy Engio at the 3, because more especially ito si B-Boy Engio, he has scored 48 points across 2 games in the previous outings of Muntinlupa. Now he picks up the foul.
One of the situations that I need to point out for our viewers is you're supposed to have a home court advantage, but I found out that Zamboanga just flew in on 16th, which is actually yesterday.
Yep.
And I don't know how much time they had. I doubt they'd have enough time to, shoot here sa ating venue.
At this time, we turn you over to Gianna Llanes.
Mac Montilla is the only player injured from the Muntinlupa Cagers today. Kunuwento ni Coach Vinci na since they arrived here in Zamboanga yesterday, the LGU has been a huge help. They were planning to practice in this venue, pero dahil na-delay ang flight nila by 30 minutes, they were unable to, so the LGU found a gym where they could practice for at least 1 hour. This morning naman daw, nakabalik sila sa gym na yon to shoot around. So confident si Coach Vinci na professionals na ang players niya. So sanay na sila sa pressure of not having home court advantage. He told his boys today, just have fun, we are ready. Makes and JB?
Well, it looks like Josh Bautista is really ready for this ball game. Now, Gianna did mention the loss of Mac Montilla. That's due to a hamstring injury. That's very unfortunate for Muntinlupa, which has been their problem all season long. Hindi sila nawakompleto as you get to see this turnover by John Cantimbuhan. It's also important to note, Coach JB, that for Zamboanga, they're missing the services of Irvin Palencia, who has been crucial for them, especially after the loss of Reden Zelda.
Oo nga, magandang role player. Good quality minutes ang pinoprovide niya. Too bad a lot of players aren't here to play.
Kantimbuhan steps out of bounds, this time at the sideline. That's good defense by JV Marcelino. By Coach JV, this crowd is feeling it inside the Mayor Vitaliano Coliseum because this is only the second time that we're here in the season and the first time in the
At
playoffs.
nakakatuwa, second time playing here, kayo ni Jana, ang dami nyo ng binato na Spanish na Buenas noches.
Whoa! JV Marcelino locating his twin brother JC for the alley-oop.
Well, Kantimbuhan was busy complaining to the refs and not seeing his man cut behind him for Marcelino to get that easy.
We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Own the win. We talked about their chemistry since they were in the womb of their mother. JC Marcelino receiving that pass from his older brother JV, and because of that, it is an early 8-point lead for Zamboanga. Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Tonight, we come to you live from Zamboanga for Game 1 of your best-of-3 series between the Families Brand Sardines and the Muntinlupa Cagers. The home team off to a good start here, 10-2.
Oo nga, kanina nakita natin si Mayor John Dalipe talagang excited to watch his team again dito sa Zamboanga. Good evening sa inyo, Mayor.
And again, thank you for their help, no, in aiding these Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines after their flight delay yesterday. Steven Cudal missing, no putback from Kantimbuhan, and here's JC Marcelino. He looks ahead, kick out, Bautista on the catch. He will drive, no foul called, and a chance for Muntinlupa.
Good no call by the ref. They're allowing them to play. Playoffs talaga, ganyan. Pwede na talaga maging mas physical. Huwag lang masira yung attempt sa basket.
Ooh, miss from Matiliano. Forward pass, JV, back to JC for two.
In several possessions sa Muntinlupa, I've hardly seen Harold Arboleda receive that ball and to try to control the offense of Muntinlupa.
Domark Matiliano now being defended by JV Marcelino. Your three-point king in the MPBL. He swings it over to Kantimbuhan. Shot block, 2 seconds. Great block by Jason Grimaldo. That's what he's known for. JC on the catch. No good. Rebound. Oh, good hustle by JC Marcelino. But it's stolen away. Matiliano is stopped by JV. Kick out. B-Boy Engyo will fire. That's a three.
Hindi pa niya nire-release, alam mo.
Steven Cudal was not ready for that one. It's 2+1 for JC Marcelino.
Well, they keep forgetting that one of the brothers, one of the Marcelinos will always run the fast break. This time we see JC
Yep, that's JC.
for his 6th point.
Major mistake right there from Steven Cudal, who was looking at the other way. Papasok na ngayon si Ivan Villanueva for the Muntinlupa Cagers. Remember, in the regular season matchup between Zamboanga and Muntinlupa, it were the Cagers who started off very well and they led 22-8 after 1. At halftime, Muntinlupa was still up by 14 before that monstrous third quarter by Zamboanga.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, itong Muntinlupa team, pwede din katakutan ito because they've got Arboleda there, Villanueva, and
Biboy Engyo.
This guy alone can score half the points of the team.
By the way, Biboy Engyo has really looked good the past couple of games for Muntinlupa. You can see it in his step. Mas kondisyon na siya. Steal by Kantimbuhan. No man to beat. That's the easiest 2 points of the night for him.
One of the breakaways for him. And he needs that. That's a confidence builder right there. Just to encourage him to play tougher defense.
Buroy Kantimbuhan averaging 1.4 steals per ball game. At some point, he was also one of the best in the league in assists. Inside, Zamboanga goes. That's JV Marcelino onto Tosi Tansinko.
Well, Tansinko finding his man, moving without the ball. Nakatulog yung kanyang defender, kaya libreng-libre siya sa ilalim.
There's that Lyceum connection working for Zamboanga. 9-point lead for the green shirts. 4 minutes to go in the first reign. 9 on the shot clock for Kantimbuhan. They go to Engyo. Inside, Villanueva stepping back. That's way short. Good effort by Matiliano on the follow.
Well, contribute any way you can. If your threes aren't hitting, opportunity to shoot the three, go for the offensive rebound.
We did see the numbers of Domar Matiliano in our pregame. 18 points per ball game para sa kanya. One of the best in the league in terms of scoring. Pass inside, another great feed. JV back to Tosi.
Fourth point, I believe.
18-9. Passing has been well on point for Zamboanga at the start of this game.
Alam mo, Mix, when you play with players who know how to position themselves for a pass, assists will come all night. Paskong Pasko para
In
sa
and out.
kanila.
Para kay Tosi Tansinko. Oh! Another beautiful pass. Grimaldo just wasn't ready for that last second feed from JC.
Well, JV gave a great pass to his brother JC, and JC could have finished the shot, but of course, very unselfish itong si JC. And they laugh it off because they know they have full control of the offense. They're playing around right now with the defense of Muntinlupa.
Pasok dito, J-Mo Aguilas, Chito Jaime, and the hometown favorite, Choi Ignacio, who will have to wait for his turn. Now he will be able to come in. 2 days back, we were in Nueva Ecija and we celebrated the emergence of John Arenas in the fourth quarter for the Rice Vanguards, where he scored 11 points. This guy is the John Arenas of Zamboanga. He's actually considered as the Kobe Bryant of this town.
Wow.
And he only lives, Coach JV, get this, 20 seconds away from this venue.
20 seconds, halos dito na tumatambay.
Right. Sunod na barangay lang para kay Choi Ignacio. Foul here against JC.
Situations like that, when you hear the story of players, virtual unknown sa Manila, pero dito putok na putok, ala Kobe Bryant.
Right.
So it would be nice talaga to see that the fans are rewarded by a great game from this guy.
18-9, Kantimbuhan, alley-oop! That was one of the signatures of B-Boy Engyo. Could have been a big play for Muntinlupa.
Could have been a highlight dito sa Zamboanga, and even some of the fans probably would have cheered if that thing went through.
But you have to be happy for B-Boy Engyo for getting a step back. Because remember, he suffered through a lot of injuries all season long. Here's Choi Ignacio. Drive, turnover. Foul against Ignacio. Will this be an unsportsmanlike?
I'm sorry, Mix. I just needed to point out because Ignacio penetrated, but probably what he didn't understand was Villanueva is a veteran defender. He knows how to clog that paint up, not just physically because he's wide, but this guy knows how to cover paths, to pass or to penetrate. He knows how to move inside the paint on defense.
Villanueva has had a lot of experience already here in the Mpbl, a journeyman. Nanggaling na rin Muntinlupa yan. Bumalik lang in this season. Played for Laguna, played for Parañaque. There's Choi Ignacio. That's going to be a sportsmanlike foul on him because, there were people already on the advantage in the fast break.
At hindi lang tayo mabait sa pag-point out sa abilidad ni Villanueva dahil kaibigan siya ni Llanes, no? Pero talagang veteran player yan.
Yes. And Villanueva is actually known to be one of the best contrabidas in the MPBL. When he gets into it with the fans, then the league gets even more entertaining.
Oo nga, no hesitation yan.
Oh! Tonight, let's see if it will happen. Missing the first gimme itong si Ivan Villanueva. Second one. Oh! Wala pa rin.
Yung mga nagdumadasal para kay Ignacio, ayun, napunta sa pag-jinx ng free throw. Usually, he would make his free throws. Itong si Villanueva.
18-9, Matiliano on the drive. Kick out. Kantimbuhan against JV. Under 2 minutes here, 2 on the shot clock. That's a 4th shot. Rebound, Marcelino. JC looking ahead. Ooh, the pass is too high for JV.
I would rather see it the other way around, JV to JC.
Again, they're smiling it off.
They're smiling it off. And they know they've got this. Because unforced errors, sila may control. All they need to do is relax. Now, without the two brothers, let's see how Zamboanga plays. How they can cover up. Usually, they would get a lot of points coming off the bench. Bench points pala from the two brothers.
And remember, no more Eden Zelda, who signed with NLEX in the PBA, and Irvin Palencia also injured his hamstring yesterday during practice. Kantimbuhan, sidestep, kick out, Arboleda. Veteran versus veteran. Balik kay Puroy. Arboleda. Oh, good block by Chito Jaime.
Former teammates.
Choi Ignacio giving it up to Chino Mosqueda. You can feel it. Everyone wants Choi Ignacio to shoot that basketball.
Could you imagine anong mangyayari dito sa venue natin?
Chito Jaime, no good. Rebound. It belongs to Matiliano. Under a minute remaining in the opening frame. Game 1 of your quarterfinal series in the South between Muntinlupa and Zamboanga. Domark driving right. Another turnover. Ignacio looking ahead. 2-on-1. Mosqueda onto Chito Jaime. Beautiful.
After that shot, Chito Jaime was wiping his hands on his shirt. Mukhang basa bago niya natanggap ang bola.
We did have a lot of slippings in game 1 between Jensen and Bacolod. Forward pass. Mosqueda with another sorry miss. Oh, this crowd feeling it even more because of those misses.
Ako napapahinto yung sasabihin ko because the miss, you don't expect them to miss. It's right there.
3 seconds. Ivan Villanueva. That's his shot. And that will conclude our first quarter here in the Mayor Vitaliano Diagan Coliseum. And it was a beautiful start for Zamboanga. Again, their passing was on point. The Barcelona twins were again on top of their game. But because of the perseverance of Muntinlupa, they're able to trim this lead down to 7.
Here we see in our highlights, passing after passing that led to points. Ito makikita natin sa Zamboanga, 8 assists sila. And then once the substitution made, although maganda pa rin ang nangyayari for Zamboanga, they weren't just able to finish those shots. But still, ito, yan, passing after passing and constant running gave them that lead.
We talked about the deep teams here in the MPBL able to utilize each other. Manilang mga kakampi. Nueva Ecija did it 2 days ago. Now it's Zamboanga's turn. 18-11 after 1. Buenas noches mga kaliga. We come back to you live from Zamboanga. Coach JV, why don't we read some social media comments?
Wow, let's go Muntinlupa Cagers! Yan, God bless you all. Good evening sa inyo. Ito, isa pa. Let's go Muntinlupa Cagers!
Bilog ang bola.
Bilog ang bola.
Oo nga, tama. Nalamangan nga naman ng Muntinlupa ang Zamboanga in their first game.
Thank you for helping me out reading Tagalog text.
And that's a great feature. Kudos to our production team for giving us those comments. Against that zone, Zamboanga tapping it. Here's Mosqueda. Kick out. Comia. Turnover. 3-on-1. Arboleda. Pass at the last second. Sorry, miss for Kantibuan. One more chance for Muntinlupa. Harold goes back to Puroy. 18-11. Another turnover. Joey Ignacio, one guy ahead. Mosqueda. This time we lay it in.
Well, I see, you know, they're playing kind of loose at the Muntinlupa. Pati bola nawawala because gusto nila umatake rather than just setting their offense. Everybody wants to create.
Villanueva is fouled. He's asking for that basket to be counted, but it's not given to him.
That's one of the few times that we see a player from Muntinlupa try to create and not lose the ball.
Take a look at this fast break opportunity. Everyone wanted Joey Ignacio to go all the way, but instead he was the wiser in that play, giving it up to Chino Mosqueda.
Mix, si Kobe naman pumapasa din eh.
Yes.
Oh, ha?
20-11. Over a minute gone by in the second. Game 1 of this series between Muntinlupa and Zamboanga. Arboleda still scoreless in this game. There's Vincent Alba. Referee now calling for a shot clock violation. Vincent Alba is actually one of the go-to shooters of the Muntinlupa Cagers. One of their young guns. Question is, can he be consistent for their team? 22-11 here. Chino Mosqueda working with Jeff Comia, Joy Ignacio, Chito Jaime, and J. Moiguilos. Here's Jaime. Bounce pass. Comia met by Villanueva. 10 on the shot clock. Iguilos trying to seal inside. Jaime will fire. That's short. Rebound. That's stolen away. Villanueva on the run. Bounce pass. Kantimbuhan is fouled.
Well, at the moment, 6 turnovers na para dito sa Zamboanga. Yet they're still up, ano? And those are the nice things, okay? Yes, you turn the ball over pero hindi nakakapag-capitalize itong Muntinlupa. Everybody runs back down and challenges after they make a mistake of turning the ball over. Itong Zamboanga.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Let's take a look at Puroy Kantimbuan's numbers in this season. 12.6 points per game, 5.2 assists, and 1.4 steals.
Wow.
2 missed free throws.
That's 4 actually because Villanueva, I believe, missed 2. Now Kantimbuan. Oh!
Ivan will be called for a foul here. He acknowledges it.
Nakita mo yung spark? Yung spark
Between Mosqueda and Villanueva.
Villanueva, as in yung pagbangga nila. Kala ko, kumidlat eh.
Could be a baseline inbound here. Zamboanga yelling, "Gitna si Joy." Ignacio from the corner. No good. Again, the Zamboangueños just waiting for Ignacio to make a basket.
Oo nga.
That's
Pati
their
tayo.
Oh, you can't deny that. He is the hometown hero, one of the beauties of the MPBL.
I'm actually waiting for Arboleda to take over.
That's a good point as well. Arboleda had 4 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, 4 steals as well against Zamboanga in 32 minutes of action in the regular season.
Alam kasi ng Zamboanga, actually all the other teams alam that Arboleda can score, but what he does now is play wise basketball. He looks for his open teammates to get a chance to score while he attracts the defense.
Arboleda averages 4.8 assists per ball game. Alano could not score. Here's Jeff Comia running the floor. Comia Good anticipation by Matiliano.
Another turnover by Zamboanga, 7 probably, because we counted 6 earlier.
Here's Harold. Being defended by Cyrus Tabi and Jamo Aguilos. Vincent Alba, way off.
Right now, Muntinlupa players are rushing their shots. Even our all-star three-point shooter champion, Matiliano, is rushing to take those open shots.
Mosqueda, he puts it in and he looks at Ivan Villanueva. You mentioned the sparks happening between those two guys.
Talaga naman, napakagandang tingnan, physical play. But not dirty.
Yes,
At maganda, tuloy ang laban.
just play off physical play, crossover, kick out, Arboleda for 3, too strong. Good box out by Zamboanga. Foul given up by Alano.
You see the difference. Matiliano won our recent three-point All-Star Day champion. And he penetrates and dishes out. It would be nicer the other way around.
The other end, Gino Mosqueda looking like a three-point champion. Challenging the defense of Ivan Villanueva. Much better was the reaction after it. There you see it, tongue out pa.
Tongue out pa yan.
Kay Ivan.
Nauuhaw na. Pero tingnan mo ang tira ni Mosqueda. Di siya nagmamadali. And that's how they should be. Etong Muntinlupa, because there are a lot of great shooters there. Huwag mo lang mamadali because once you do, bumababa percentage ng tira mo.
Speaking of shooters, Bautista misses. Aguilos inside, trying to muscle his way through. That's a walk. Good defense by Villanueva.
Experience. He knows how to block the path. And he's much shorter than Jamo Aguilos.
Pasok dito, Adi Santos and Chris Dumapig, a testament to the depth of this lineup of Zamboanga.
And now look at the difference because Adi Santos is the type of player that I call one who plays offense in perpetual motion. Watch him play, always cutting to the basket, always finding himself free, giving his teammates a chance to make a pass and add assists to their stats.
Such a good role player, no? Ito si Adi Santos,
Yes.
championship experience here in the MPBL. 23-11.
Yung mga intangibles of moving without the ball, Adi Santos has perfected that.
Matiliano missing on the layup, rebound Dumapig. Mosqueda asking for it. He has the basketball right now. Against that zone of Muntinlupa. Cyrus Tabi. These guards getting minutes, especially with the losses of Reden Celda and Irvin Palencia. Dumapig facing up. Ball tapped away, a steal.
A steal, but almost a pass to Adi Santos.
Matiliano. Onto Villanueva, mid-range. This time it's short. Sayang yung effort ni Alano. Takbo tayo sa kabila. Tabi, behind the back. They go to Bautista, who loses the basketball.
Well, the pass of Tabi to Bautista, very tough to make, to catch and shoot because sa paa pinasa eh. And these are the things, even if you're a great shooter, if you don't give the shooter a chance to catch and shoot properly, hindi rin bumababa ang percentage agad ng kanyang tira.
Muntinlupa has been stuck with 11 points in this game. B-Boy Engyo tried to give us an answer to it and he will proceed to the line.
Alam mo ito si Engyo, I really don't feel bad when he tries to force the attempt. He is trying to get himself going, slowly building himself. He didn't make the shot, but he put himself on the line. That's being aggressive on offense for a true gifted offensive player.
B-Boy Engyo only averaging 8.3 points per game. And we say that only 8 points per game because we all know how capable he is in terms of scoring. He is averaging 24 points in the past couple of outings as Gian. We take this time out first. It's 23-13 with 5 minutes and 17 in the second quarter. We'll be back for the rest of your first half between Zamboanga and Muntinlupa. This time out is brought to you by Embassy Whiskey. Chill muna tayo.
happy daw si Coach Vic coming into this game, sharing na being back here in Zamboanga City means that they are top tier. Pero if ever daw hindi sila number 1, he said that the pressure would still stay the same. Feel daw niya, hindi pa na-reach ng koponan niya ang kanilang fullest potential. So he tells his boys before this game, we are now in the next phase of the season. This is a 0-0 standing, so focus on the process, not the results. Migs and JV?
Thank you, Gianna. And that's always a good reminder from our coaches. No matter how good you are in the regular season across 21 games, if you start losing here, in fact, you can't lose back-to-back games, and then you're out.
Yes, very difficult. Thank you there, G.
And even though they're the number 1 seeded team in the South, remember, the last number 1 seed in the South had a scare in the first round, Davao versus Bicol.
Yes, and that's why di sila dapat maging complacent itong Zamboanga. You've made it to the top of the rankings, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't continue that style of play of going hard every night.
And remember, this Zamboanga team has a 10-game winning streak entering the playoffs. They would not want to lose their groove. There's a foul inside. A lot of physicality. Double foul called by the referee. We're able to get into it with the crowd.
Well, Ivan Villanueva will always try to keep his man out. And it is frustrating to try to outmuscle Villanueva. Don't even think about it. Spin around him. Because if you're gonna try to, bulldozer your way, there's no way you're gonna push Villanueva. He's just too smart. He knows how to position. Parang sumo wrestler. Ang hirap itulak.
See that smile from Ivan Villanueva?
Okay lang, natamaan daw. Sinasabi nga niya sa referee, natamaan siya.
Double foul. Chris Lumapig ang matatawagan as well as Ivan Villanueva. Bola po ng Muntinlupa. Eugene Madera and Coy Alves checking in for the first time in this game. Two very lengthy forwards for Muntinlupa.
Titingnan natin how they can be contributors to the Muntinlupa cause for tonight's game.
23-13, under 5 minutes in the second. Biboy Engyo. Again, still a great sign. Just seeing how aggressive he has been in this game. Coy Alves, too strong. Here's Jeff Bautista. Pass inside. That has worked time and time again in this game. Just not that time around. JC Marcelino. Nothing happening here. JC will penetrate. Marcelino is blocked. It's a walk.
Oh, great defense there, no? Tinaas lang nila. Alves, tinaas lang nila mga kamay nila at ginamit yung haba. Oftentimes, diba? Hahampasin nila yung bola, but smart defense there.
There you see the length of Coy Alves paying off. Turnover story natin, 11-6 in favor of Muntinlupa.
Nakakatawa nga siya. Ang haba-haba niya pero short siya ang exit.
Right. Signature outfit yan ni Coy Alves.
Amin din nung araw.
Ganun pa rin ba?
Yeah, latter part na lang ng career ko na umabot kami ng mahabang shorts.
Mintis mula kay Matiliano. Forward pass. JV. Fake. And he backs it in.
Itong dalawang magkapatid na to, ang lalakas ng legs. They make that quick stop, which normally makes players have an extra step because of the momentum. But they can stop at a dime and just make that high leaping jump to finish off a shot.
25-13. Kantimbuhan on the drive. Kick out. Igo to Matiliano at the corner. Wala pa rin.
Matiliano, totally different shot. Minadali niya ang release.
Oh, what a chase down. That's the second block of this game for Biboy Engyo.
Well, the great effort there. Tinatawanan nga siya kasi nasa labas. Here we see the replay. And then he receives the ball outside.
Wala na siyang magagawa dun.
Wala na siyang magagawa. But the first effort he showed was great enough.
There's a foul here against Madera. Dumapig will proceed to the line. And if I may go back to Biboy Engyo, I can't say this enough. this is the B-Boy Engel that we know. The athleticism, able to defend, get those blocks. He almost got his signature alley-oop in the first quarter.
Yes. Yung kanyang that would have, given him great tons of confidence. Yun nga lang, I'm worried because we are still 2:45 in the second.
This free throw is brought to you by Stream Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
And I don't know if he can last the next 2 quarters because let's face it, he cannot be sitting on the bench sa second half. Itong si Engyo.
Oh, that's a backing violation.
Katimbuhan caught twice stepping on the line. He should be court awareness ang kailangan dun, Migs. He was asking for the ball but his foot was on the line.
Again, this is a big test for Puroy Katimbuhan. Next level na sa kanya to. Entering the playoffs, but certainly a good opportunity for him to prove his value. And speaking of proving his value, Japs Bautista now with 9 points.
Japs Bautista hitting his second three na may bantay. Pagka walang bantay, hindi pumapasok.
There you see it, good swing once more from Zamboanga. Hand up, no problem for Mr. Bautista.
Wala, mas gusto niya, mas may challenge pag may nagko-contest ng kanyang tira.
Well, the pass was still a little bit low.
Yes.
Pero at least kaya niya nang saluhin yun.
Si Japs Bautista yan, experience na. Kayang-kaya niya.
29-13. There's si Domar Matiliano, part of the top 5 scorers in the Mpbl.
Oh, makita natin Enzo Hoson, 18.2, leading the way. And you've got Christoph Jimenez.
Yes.
Now, third. Judel Fuentes, fourth. And JC Marcelino. Yan. Na naglalaro rin dito.
Ayan, ayan siya.
I actually didn't expect him to be fifth. I thought higher pa. But in the couple of games when he started, he wasn't really scoring that high, no? And then eventually, umangat na.
Then again, they surely know that they can rely on JC when they need him the most.
Parang nung All-Star game, biglang out of the blue sa fourth quarter, pumutok.
Pass inside, good fake by Madera.
First 2 points, banggitin natin kasi minsan lang makakapuntos ang mga tao. Ako, minsan, dati 2-4 points lang. Dapat maganda rin pag binati ako nun. Nakakatuwa.
But then again, just like you, Eugene Madera does a lot of intangibles for Muntinlupa. One of them being rebounding. Here's Matiliano. Forward pass, Kantimbuhan, baseline, kick out. Back to Domark. 90 seconds remaining before halftime. B-Boy Engyo, in and out. Rebound JC, great behind the back. They have the numbers. Marcelino all the way.
I mean, 8 points for JC Marcelino. What else can you do? If you defend him, he'll drop it off. If you sag, he'll finish. Either way, they're gonna score on a fast break.
Kantimbuhan, inside, he's fouled. You see the ball denial of the Zamboanga family's brand sardines. JC Marcelino, just after scoring, denying Matiliano with that basketball.
Deny talaga. Kaya both ends of the court yung makikita mo. There's nobody was clogging that path because an easy drop pass JC would do. Napakaganda. Galing ng mga people behind the scenes. Yung mga highlights na pinapakita.
Right.
Ganda ng kuha doon.
And JC Marcelino giving us the show that we all wanted as well.
And expected.
Kantimbuhan making the first one. Muntinlupa, they're gonna need to be a lot more consistent in this game. They're only up to 17 points with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the second.
Well, it's nice to see ito Muntinlupa. They're making their free throws. So laking bagay talaga. Free throws can actually decide a game. So laking bagay na. Ang dami ng mintis earlier itong Muntinlupa.
Dumapig, kick out, JV. Couple of dribbles, one-hander short. Good effort by Arboleda. And it will be Muntinlupa basketball. 48 seconds to go here. 31-17. Kantimbuhan bringing it down against JV Marcelino.
1 3-point shot before this quarter ends for Muntinlupa can actually be a morale booster for them.
9 on the shot clock. Goy Alves, they go to Matiliano. Baseline, the spin. Madera will fire. That's good. At the timeout dito si Coach Vicky Casiano. We have one last play before halftime.
Oh, they'll try to set up something. Ito naman yung pag-set up nila, game situations ito. They know they're up and they'll see if they can score off a timeout.
Let's read some more comments here. Ito, no words needed by Chris Justin Sabornido. Just tagging the Zamboanga page, some emojis. How about this guy, Ratancico?
Oh, good luck Zamboangers! Just play as a team.
Kaano-ano kaya yun? Ito si Tancinco?
Baka related, ano? Pero telling Zamboanga to play as a team, good cheer dun. Pero they really do play as a team.
16 seconds remaining here before halftime. 31-19 our score. It's a low-scoring ball game, folks. In game one of this quarterfinal series in the South. JC, they go to Adi Santos. Down to 1 second. Someone has to fire. Oh! They had a play. Just lost time.
Well, Adi Santos didn't see Bautista on the left side. But Japs Bautista was open for a three.
Zamboanga Family's Brand Sardines off to a great start in this game. They're known for forcing turnovers and scoring on the fast break. Ironically though, mas marami silang turnover in this game.
Mas marami, but they can, but you see, when they do turn the ball over, they come back down tough on defense. But it's the fast break situation. Lamang na lamang talaga ang Zamboanga once they get that ball on a turnover or once they get the ball on a rebound.
Their shooting has been on point as well compared to Muntinlupa. 31-19 after 2.
roll, let's finish roll. Every leg we kick it. Finally, we can every single sweet thing just talking, I'm spitting. Gang, gang, my kick hit, it's my kick hit. Gang, 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 gang.
Ride with the mob, do our law. Check you and me, Prezi plain Jane. Disseminate in my wake up to the green. I hit my teeth with Listerine. I pray to God to live my dream. I keep the thing Blue check on my Twitter screen. Now blue check on my Instagram. Blue check it up, elevate me. Prezi plain Jane.
People, I want the baddest whining song listen to the world. Every girl, come on, dance, spread out the wine. The girl comes from the wine pants now.
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. It is halftime of our second game for today between the Muntinlupa Cagers and the Zamboanga's Family Brand Sardines. The score is 31-19 in favor of Zamboanga. And with me right now is the head coach of the Zamboanga's Family Brand Sardines, Coach Vicky Casiano, and the team manager of the Muntinlupa Cagers, Sir Tristan Tahan. Sir Tristan, I'll start with you. Alam ko, hindi bibitaw ang koponan nyo during the second half. Para sa inyo po, ano ang pinakakailangan nyo i-improve to get footing in the game?
Of course, the key to every win naman in basketball is defense. So during the halftime, that's what we focus on. We discuss on how we have to tighten our defense in order for us to possibly take home the win back to Manila.
Thank you very much. Again, that was Sir Tristan Tahan, the team manager of the Muntinlupa Cagers. Now, Coach Vic, before the game po sinabi niyo sa akin that your mindset for the playoffs is to focus on the process and not the results. Gaano kahalaga sa inyo i-instill yun sa mga players niyo?
Yeah, right now, as I've said kanina, the process, we just have to take it one possession at a time and make sure that we play our defense. Kasi if we fast track everything, mawawala kami. Para nakafocus lang sila sa ginagawa nila.
And speaking of focus, I will allow you guys to get back to focusing on the game and throwing it over to you now, Migs and JB.
Thank you, G.
Thank you, Gianna. Halftime score is 31-19. Zamboanga with a 12-point lead. The largest was 16 at 29-13. And needless to say, it has been fantastic defense from the home squad. Only allowing 19 points. 19% shooting as well from the field para sa Muntinlupa Cagers. Mamaya makikita natin yung mga fast break story natin, the assists, the turnovers. Again, Zamboanga started off very well in this game. The Marcelino twins running the floor, which has been their signature all season long. But is this a matter of Muntinlupa not executing well on the offensive end? Or is it just suffocating defense for Zamboanga?
Well, two things that I noticed. Every time the Muntinlupa team turn over the ball or they don't score, very quick ang Zamboanga to transition into their offense, their running break. And sadly for Muntinlupa, on offense, they're really rushing their shots. There's no fluidity on the offense, and they need to settle down. There are a lot of they got here because there are a lot of capable players to score. But you see, if you do not pass to a higher percentage player closer to the basket, then you will never get the easy 2 points that you will get. Ito makita natin, 4 lang ang assist ng Muntinlupa. They're looking to score rather than to pass. And that's not how they got here. Ito, and the field goal percentages, napakababa ulit ng Muntinlupa. Kasi pinipilit nila ang tira. Turnover situation, 7-12. Marami nga ang Zamboanga, pero hindi nakakapitalize ng Muntinlupa. And lastly, the fast break points. 15 points for Zamboanga. Laking bagay nun because when you have fast break points higher than anything, that's more than close to half of their actual score, matindi talaga na makakatulong yon. Hard to defend.
Biboy Engyo on top of his game, leading the way for Muntinlupa with 7. Madera, Katipuan, and Villanueva behind him. As for Zamboanga, it's Japs Bautista with 9 points. JC has 8, Mosqueda with 5, and Tosi Tansinko with 4.
B-Boy Engyo has 7 points, no? But he missed a lot of game, especially that dunk. And he is trying his best to score. Mababa siguro ang kanyang percentages because he is being well defended by etong Zamboanga. But hats off to him because he will, coming the second half, he's gonna go attack that ring again.
Biboy Engyo scored more than half of his points from the line. He only made 1 field goal out of 7 attempts in the first half.
Yes, mababa nga ang kanyang field goal. But you see, nandun yung mentality niya. A miss is only a delay of 2 points. And that's why he is persistent in continuously trying to score.
Biboy Engyo also has 2 blocks, so the effort is there on both ends of the floor. He will begin the second half with John Katimbuhan, Ivan Villanueva, Harold Arboleda, and Justin Alano. As for Zamboanga, they have the twins, Tosi Tansinko, who gives out that assist to JB Marcelino, and they also have Josh Bautista and Jason Grimaldo on the floor.
I think it was less than a second that JB received that pass and penetrated. Less than a second, ganun kabilis kumilos ang mga Marcelino brothers. So, double that sa defense ang paano mga Muntinlupa players have to, there you go, even on the steal.
Oh! Dumula sa bola sa kamay ni JC Marcelino. But he's able to recover here. Japs Bautista. In and out. Rebound Grimaldo. Kick out. Tancinco will fire. Too strong. Look at the effort from Zamboanga. Unfortunately, they could not convert.
Well, it's a mixture of two things. The effort, and because they're there, the ball also drops right there where they are. Kaya nakakapag-second opportunity, di lang nakascore. But still, hindi naman nakapag-fast break. Itong nakapag-stop, itong Muntinlupa Cagers.
Arboleda onto Villanueva. No handoff. Ivan tried to post up, but did not even get to it as the ball went out of bounds.
And that's what we're seeing, the fluidity on the offense. Pag nakaset ang offense ng Muntinlupa, hindi consistent. And it's not really because of the defense of Zamboanga, that's half of it, but the other half is just everybody wanting to score and contribute in this game. Nagba-backfire sa kanila ngayon.
Tancinco against Villanueva. They go to Bautista on the drive. Losing the basketball, but he's able to recover.
11 points for Japs Bautista. Yung recovery, that's experience already. He knew where he was when he lost the ball. All he had to do was turn and shoot the ball.
That's the first two-pointer of Japs Bautista in this game after making three-point bombs in the first half. Katimbuhan, in and out. And here comes JC. Japs back to JC for two.
12 points for JC.
Oh, great steal. And he will go to his twin. JB behind the back. Almost a highlight. Alano just had to stop it.
Oh, great play, no? Hindi nga nag-finish, pero maganda tingnan. Humihiyaw nga mga tao. Oh, could have started from the pass.
Oh, there's that foul by Alano. He had to prevent the house from going down.
Oo nga.
But what a tough pass that was.
Oo nga, sana dun sa replay, no offense to anyone, just the replay. Kasi napakaganda nung transition, yung passing. Parang nawawala na. The outlet pass was too strong for one of the Marcelino brothers. I'm not sure sa sobrang bilis na kung sino yung behind the back pass dun.
The JB yun.
JB.
Who you mentioned, you would rather have JB pass and JC finish.
Yes.
Tancinco with 5 points and 3 rebounds so far. This is the biggest lead of the ball game for Zamboanga. Alano, wala pa rin. Foul here on the loose ball. Muntinlupa just really struggling on offense.
Hirap talaga, especially when you're trying to bang Grimaldo, much bigger player, and that guy just stands. And Grimaldo's physique, multiply that, make him 7'2", parang si Steven Adams.
Right?
Bato nga.
He's not as wide as Ivan Villanueva, pero alam mo kung gaano katigas.
Tigas.
Katimbuhan, foul, another one against Tancinco. And Chito Jaime now being called upon by Coach Vicky Casiano to replace Tancinco. Bati natin happy birthday si Marley Fortis from Sucat, Parañaque City.
At mabati rin ako kay Pastor PJ Galicia, asawa niya, Pastora Nerissa. Good evening po sa inyo, nanonood sila. I think nasa Alfonso, Cavite.
Good evening po, Villanueva. Good feed from Engyo. 4 points for Ivan. They're gonna need more of that. Here's JC against that zone of Muntinlupa. Japs Bautista lumalabas. At the middle, Jaime trying to go inside. Arboleda on the run. Katimbuhan. One last pass to B-Boy Engyo.
Finally, seeing them go on offense, but ito, right away, Zamboanga is attacking.
Ang bilis no?
Oo nga. Kailangan kasi tingnan ng Muntinlupa rin yung numbers. Lamang na sila with 3 against 2. Pero tumakbo pa rin. And that's why the last 2 players of Muntinlupa had to chase down. Buti na lang, nakapag-recover sila itong Muntinlupa.
38-23. Can they continue with their momentum here? Villanueva given the space by Grimaldo. Backdoor. Arboleda catches it. Good hands by Bautista. Was able to bounce it off of Muntinlupa. Smart play.
Doon mo makikita yung talagang alert. Some players don't think of that yung split-second decision to hit it off an opponent.
Here's JC Marcelino. They're trying to go inside. Grimaldo. Back to JC. 8 on the shot clock. Bautista. JV's turn. Pass inside. That's a good feed. Chito Jaime is fouled. And it's 2 free throws. You know, JV Marcelino has been on point with his passing tonight.
Kasi every time he does something, he attracts the attention of the defense. And he finds a teammate open and he's able to make that pass. Yung abilidad lang niya talaga, nasa sobrang bilis. Quick response at yung quick reaction ng kanyang kamay to make the pass. Unbelievable.
Remember, JV already had 5 assists in the first half. So he's actually on pace for a double-double in this game. If Jaime makes this, there you go, he does. That's another assist to JV.
Another assist to him.
39-23. Under 6 minutes in the third. Arboleda on the drive. Kick out. Villanueva. Too strong. Rebound ending up with Bautista. Jack Bautista. That's read well by Kantimbuhan. Numbers for Muntinlupa. Can they capitalize? Kantimbuhan all the way.
Well, that's nice to see, you know? Para naman na-reward. 6 points doon. Para sa kay Kantimbuhan.
Yes. 39-25. Muntinlupa nagpaparamdam pa rin. Chito Jaime against his former team, making another basket.
Well, Chito Jaime is like one of those marquees of a team, you know. You give him space, veteran move, he knows. Just, you know, composed release from the 3.
Remember, Chito Jaime was part of that inaugural team of the Muntinlupa Cagers that reached the finals versus Batangas.
Oh.
3-on-1. Chito Jaime all the way for 2. Can you believe it? Some hang time from Chito Jaime.
Oo nga, batang-bata. 6 points para sa kanya.
You know, Chito Jaime, before this game, during their warm-up, he was actually throwing down dunks.
Dunks, ano?
And it looks like he's feeling very much alive on their home court. You see that Statue of Liberty layup mula kay Kuya Chito Jaime. He extends the lead to 19. You know, this guy could actually be a revelation in game 1 of these quarterfinals. JV Marcelino, you see his numbers, 11.1, 5.3, 3.1, 1.5. But we want to highlight the assists of JV Marcelino. He has doubled that output already in this outing. As you get to see B-Boy Engyo being taken care of by the Muntinlupa staff at the baseline, that is not a good sign for the Cagers.
Hindi talaga, no? Because this guy has been running, playing defense, and he's been jumping high. And of course, I guess the travel factor there, kaya nagka-cramps na siya, matindi. The heat here and the exhaustion lang talaga. His legs are just giving in on him.
You actually anticipated this in the first half. Kitang-kita mo, he's giving his all on the floor. Remember, he's coming off of a lot of injuries itong si B-Boy Engyo. He had a quad injury, had a hamstring injury. Pero we all know how he plays. He jumps a lot and defends very well.
Rugged player. Aggressive on offense. That takes a toll, eh?
Right. 44-25. By the way, we're seeing Benson in for the first time. One of the homegrowns of Pampanga, or make that Zamboanga. There's a foul inside. Where will the answer come from? Mula dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers.
Well, the only thing I can say about the Muntinlupa team, and before I do, ang free throw natin,
ay hatid sa inyo ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
since you're down by this much, might as well find a way to attract the attention of the defense and make extra passes to high percentage players in a position to score. So, yun na lang ang gawin mo, because if you're gonna try to catch up by going one-on-one on your own effort, it's never gonna work, because the entire team of Zamboanga, they keep passing that ball
Just like that. That's one of the homegrowns from Zamboanga, John Mahari. Not necessarily from just next door. Medyo malayo-layo dito sa ating Coliseum si John Mahari, but he is still considered a homegrown.
Wow. Pounding defense, leaving Muntinlupa with 10 seconds to create something.
It's down to 5 seconds. JC will be called for a block now. Marcelino Twin just not stopping.
I don't think they understand what that means. Hindi marunong magpahinga.
See that defense.
But even in that bit of that bit of action that we just replayed, no, makikita mo it's a one-on-one move to try to get a chance to score rather than passing, moving without the ball, being just fluid. And I know this Muntinlupa team can do it, because they got here by just playing team basketball on offense.
B-Boy Engyo is still on the floor. We'll be hearing from Gianna Llanes about that later on, because she's directly in front of B-Boy.
Kaya pala nakasmile. Alright, I get it.
Katibuhan onto Arboleda. Oh, good tap. Steal by JV. Breakaway layup. That's an easy two for JV Marcelino, who's up to 6 points.
If I were JV, I would have thrown it to the board, assist to himself, and returner of it to Gianna Llanes.
Yeah, quick update on B-Boy Engyo. We did see him go down here at the corner of the court earlier with his left leg shaking. Pulikat lang daw, and he's just asking for water right now, trying to get hydrated as quickly as possible so he can get back into the game. I do want to share this report with you that I have on B-Boy Engyo. He said that he attests a lot of the reason he's able to perform for his team due to his basketball experience during the pandemic, kung saan naglaro siya para sa isang Philippine team in a league in Indonesia. In his words, dun talaga nahahubog ang talent ko. At ayon sa kanya, na-surprise ako pa na niya sa pagpasok nila sa playoffs, pero siya daw sawa na matalo. And he's trying to be extra disciplined as possible. B-Boy adds, the discipline is the most important to him, adding that if he wasn't a basketball player, he would be a police officer. And we can witness that discipline right now, because all he wants is just to really get back into the game. Back to you guys.
You know, if the timetables worked, B-Boy Engyo could have been that police officer that Marquis was playing with when he was young.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that.
To no avail. Maganda yung sinabi ni Gianna. Yes, B-Boy Engyo has been in and out of the country. In fact, that stint with Indonesia, that wasn't his first time. Even after playing with UE in college, pumunta na siyang overseas before playing here in the MPBL. But Coach, I want to ask you this. We've heard of a lot of situations wherein players are getting cramps. Hindi naman usually tinatanggal yung sapatos. How bad do you think that injury is?
Probably severe. That's the reason why they needed to stretch and really push his feet backwards, you know, para mahatak yung hamstring. But I don't think any amount of water that he takes right now will help take away the pain of having cramps. I would rather just sit and rest. That the score is up. and don't force it because you might cause more problems to your foot than just cramps.
Villanueva pushing over Cyrus Tabi. Napaganda pa para kay Cyrus. It's a 2+1 situation. If I can just go back to that cramps story again, is there anything that you can intake that can help you recover with that cramps? If you eat bananas, makakatulong ba yun?
Well, it does, but not immediately like this. Ano? Ang natutunan ko in my career, you have to eat about 8 to 10 piling ng saging, ha?
Oh, wow.
Para talaga makuha mo. And that's why potassium tablets were actually made para it's faster. But once you reach that point of getting cramps, that means you've totally dehydrated your fluids sa katawan. So it's not as easy as you think. I remember in the 80s, the players we used to have in the RP team, sila Jeff Moore and Dennis Still, mga naka-dextrose yan pag na-dehydrated kasi sobrang init sa Pilipinas, nakakabit talaga sa kanila. During the game, and they were also breathing in oxygen, pure oxygen to help them recover. So it's really tough. You know, it's something that you shouldn't put yourself into na umabot ka sa major dehydration to lead into cramps.
Wow, that's a great story. Thank you for that.
Many years ago.
I never knew that one could have dextrose while playing.
Tapos yung yung sa dextrose na yun, iniinom ha. Iniinom yun.
How is that?
Yeah, that's what they did before. Na-shock na kami. And then they were telling us when you swallow it, biglang nawawala sa mouth mo. It just enters. Hindi siya yung that 80s. Na-shock kami. They were practicing in Loyola Center and we were watching that as college players then.
So at least ngayon may potassium tablets na
meron na.
Bukod sa iba pang technologies.
Yes. But it's really the heat, and if players are lazy to drink, they think, okay na yun. But kulang na kulang talaga, lalo na when you play. The way he does, he needs a lot. And water is not enough.
And hopefully nga, si Viva Engue will be able to recover. His team is down by 25 big points. Arboleda, not many attempts for him tonight. He will go to the line.
That's actually his third attempt to the basket. Do you believe that? That's his third attempt. 0 out of 2 siya earlier.
Oh, how about this? His average in the season is 6.7 attempts per game. What does that say to you?
Well, maybe they're reading him right. Yung mga kalaban talagang pinipigil ang kanyang pag-attempt because this guy naman is a willing passer and that's what he's trying to do.
Well, Harold Arboleda has, given us some whispers for triple doubles in some performances in the season. He averages 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists per ball game, which is obviously very impressive for a guy like him. 2 steals and a block as well, by the way.
But I've seen Arboleda just shoot the lights out
before.
Once upon a time, yeah. Magkakasama pa sila nila Chito Jaime.
His longtime teammate Mac Montilla as well. Remember those days? Condition na condition sila. Montilla is actually standing up on their bench right now wearing orange. Again, he's out because of a hamstring injury. Very unfortunate for Muntinlupa because they were just getting their groove. They had back-to-back wins to get into the playoffs. That wasn't easy for them.
Yep. At siguro nakakapagod rin mentally, the mental toughness they had to, embrace in order to pull off a miracle of winning 2 basketball games with 2 tough teams. And then now they're here exhausted mentally, physically.
54-31 our score. 1 minute to go here in the third. It has been a low-scoring ball game. But Zamboanga will take this one. Kenchoy Ignacio score as well. They have 3 homegrowns on the floor. Mahari, Ignacio, and Salim. Turnover and then a foul against John Mahari.
Even Coach Cristiano's telling Mahari, you had a man open. And that's the thing. When you're eager to score, you're blinded by your teammates who are open. It's only one thing you see, the light, which is the ring, but it's your path to the basket was just, covered.
Matiliano at the line. Domark has given us so many good moments all season long, but they haven't been easy for him. Good thing though for Matiliano to have a breakout season here in the MPBL. He used to play for Navotas, wasn't getting those all-star caliber numbers. You could actually argue a case for him to have been the all-star of Muntinlupa over B-Boy Engyo.
Yes, doon ka rin magugulat. Pero Matiliano right now, nakikita ko, heavily wrapped yung kanyang he's wearing that thing for his knee and he's kind of limping.
Well, he has had a lot of injuries as well all season long. Shot clock winding down. It's a violation here against Zamboanga.
Ignacio really not being able to, bring out what he wants to do para dito sa mga crowd na talagang humahanga sa kanya.
If you're Coach Vicky Casiano, nasan yung mindset mo, yung pakiramdam mo in terms of putting in a guy like Troy Ignacio? Because he is a crowd favorite, even though he might not be contributing as much at this point.
Well, you see, you need to put in the guys who are in right now so that later on, when they face other teams, handa rin sila. And this is the best way to get that preparation on an actual game.
Ignacio got the steal, but he was not aware of the time. He was not even able to attempt the shot before the buzzer sounded. But that will conclude our first 3 quarters, folks. A 21-point lead for the Zamboanga Family's brand Sardine. So patuloy ang kanilang magandang nilalaro. Umaangat ang kanilang kalamangan.
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. We are now going into our 4th quarter for our game between Muntinlupa and Zamboanga. We are here in the beautiful city of Zamboanga at kasama ko ngayon ang kanilang mayor, Mayor John Dalipe. Unang-una po, thank you for having us again here. We have been enjoying our time so far. Sabi nga ni Coach Vic, the fact that we are back here in Zamboanga City means na top tier ang kuponan nyo. Gaano po kayo ka-proud that your team ended up number 1 in the South Division after the eliminations?
Yes, the Zamboangueños are very, very proud of our Zamboanga Family's brand Sardines being the number 1 seed in the South Division.
And alam naman rin po natin na sobrang supportive ang mga Zamboangueños sa kanilang Zamboanga's Family brand Sardines. This is only the first game of our best of 3 playoff series. So kindly invite all of the Zamboangueños watching right now to continue supporting their team for the rest of the season.
Yes, tapelayo kung el diaton mga Zamboangueños, continua kita suporta kung el diaton Zamboanga Family's brand Sardines. Gracias kun Ma'am Anita Cao and Sir Tipi Cao. Yes to sports, no to drugs.
Maraming salamat po once again. That was Mayor John Dalipe. Think it's time to get back into the game. So back to you, Migs and JV.
Thank you, Gianna. The score is 54-33 as we begin the 4th quarter here inside the Mayor Vitaliano de Agan Coliseum. Just heard from Mayor John Dalipe. Mayor Vitaliano is actually the mayor 30 years back. So that's information that we found out from our driver earlier tonight. Ang ating quarter scoring.
Rated natin 18-11 on the first, 13-8 sa second, favoring Zamboanga. 23-14, lording it over 54-33 at the end of the third total.
Wow. Zamboanga starting the 4th frame with Cyrus Tabi, John Mahari, Jamoy Gilos, Med Salim, and Troy Ignacio. Obviously, everyone's still waiting for a homegrown to erupt. Most especially itong si Troy Ignacio, who grew up just 20 seconds away from this venue. Ito naman si Med Salim, grew up 20 minutes away from this venue. But a turnover for Zamboanga.
Alam mo, Mix, may natanong ka sa akin kanina about putting these homegrown together and the purpose of Coach Casiano, no? And I could only assume that to give them experience and get them prepared. What my concern is, Jamo Aguilos playing with this unit, because Jamo Aguilos is a virtual starter. This guy can play the entire game, and he needs to actually build the minutes and build the confidence back again into a system where he is used the way he used to be used. Now, if he is actually set to come off the bench because other guys have stepped up, I guess coming into the latter part of this playoffs, Jamo Aguilos should be prepared and ready to bang with the best of them.
Domar Patiliano scoring for Muntinlupa. And to your point for Jamo Aguilos, yes, he was that starter, that starting center for Batangas couple of years back. Pero ang lalim nga naman talaga ng rotation itong Zamboanga. Big men pa lang yun, ha?
Big men pa lang. Tama ka dun. It's just that I know this guy, you know, I've seen him tried and tested against the best of them, the best big men ng MPBL. And he really knew how to handle himself, no?
Remember, it was a 1-2 punch in Batangas, Jeff Yernes and Jamo Aguilos.
Hindi talaga nun. And everybody contributed by helping out in all aspects of the game.
54-35, Patiliano. They go to Coy Alves. Good contest. Ball tapped outside. It's a shot clock violation against Muntinlupa. Now, if you're the Cagers, for sure, if there could be a miracle here, they'll take it and get this win over Zamboanga. But if not, what do you have to prove here in the last 8 minutes?
Well, when they watch the film of this game, they should actually point out.
There it is, the first basket of the ball game of the hometown hero, the Kobe Bryant of Zamboanga, Choi Ignacio.
Oo. Maganda naman nakita niya ang kanyang ano. Pero pabalik ko lang, no, para sa Cagers, panoorin nila ito and then let them see the one-on-one does not work. You know, you have to really move without the ball. There you go, one catch and shoot attempt right away. It's frustrating. You want the ball to go in.
Wow. Back-to-back threes for Choi Ignacio. Well, these Zamboangueños have waited for this moment to happen all night long.
Oo nga. At nakakatakot isipin, pero eto, pakita natin ang 3-point shot.
Brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances, Choi Ignacio. Step back three. You see Cristo Mapic. You see JV Marcelino. Everyone anticipating this moment. And finally, this guy who just lives and grew up 20 seconds away from this very venue, erupting here in the Mayor Vitaliano Diagan Coliseum. Choi Ignacio extending Zamboanga's lead 60-35. Vice Mayor Pinpin Pajera and Mayor John Dalipe at the sidelines. Basahin din natin ang milestone follower, yung comment niya.
Oo, Derek Dwayne, no? Marcelino Brothers daw. Ito,
Arista Tumboala as well. Some supporters of Zamboanga. Again, this is the second home court defense of Zamboanga in the season. First in the playoffs, which could happen a lot because there's a #1 seed in the South.
Wow, Arboleda had an easy layup but still opted to pass to a teammate who wasn't open.
Lumapi getting the board. Mosqueda will bring down that basketball. They're asking Ignacio to go to the other end. Choi Ignacio at the corner. Bombs away!
Well, nakuha niya yung flow ng kanyang tira, and so all he's looking for is an opportunity to jump and take the shot. He's got it made. Nakaset na sa utak niya. Alam niya na.
And now they're asking him to go to the other end. Mosqueda back to Ignacio. Catch and fire!
Ang kagandahan nito, hindi aalis ang crowd because they really want to cheer him on.
Right.
And score even more.
But he made that fourth one. That would have been crazy. Ignacio again! Again, this is one of the beauties of the MPBL.
Oo naman. Nakakatawa tingnan.
Foul inside. It's 2+1 for Domart Batiliano. You know what? Let's take this moment to give a recap to our Kaligas watching. The same thing happened 2 days ago in Nueva Ecija. And Mr. John Arenas, kung nasan ka man, if you're watching this game, mabuhay ka. You did such a wonderful thing in front of the Nueva Ecijanos, the Novo Ecijanos. And as for Zamboanga, I actually had a word with Choi Ignacio before this game. Sabi ko, napanood mo ba yung game ng Nueva Ecija? Nakita mo ba yung ginawa ni John Arenas? This could be your moment tonight. And here he is making the most out of it.
Ang kaibahan lang, people started walking out kasi natuwa na, nakashoot na si Arenas eh. But this time, here, they're just waiting to finish this game. Laki na ng lamang and everything. Ano pa rin sila? Excited pa rin sila.
Again, this will happen a lot in the playoffs because they will have home court advantage not unless they go up against Nueva Ecija, itong Zamboanga.
And this is what people watching the MPBL don't see because they're watching it from the TV, their TV sets or their cell phones. You know, they don't see yung sinasabi ni Boss Manny, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Right.
And the players and participants of the league are our viewers here live.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Then let me ask you this. In your own words, how do you interpret the slogan of the MPBL, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino?
Well, at first, you know, your first impression would be papanoorin lang. But you see, the viewers of the MPBL games are not only viewers, but they're active participants because every shot their heroes make, talagang feel na feel. There you see.
The steal and the layup by John Cantimbuhan. It's 63-39. 5 minutes and 21 remaining in the fourth frame. Jeff Comia working with Chris Dumapig and on to Chino Mosqueda.
I need to ask, Migs, when Ignacio makes a shot, how many people watching here feel sila yung tumira?
That's a good question.
Diba? And that's what I'm saying. Bawat Pilipino watching and being a participant to the efforts of our players.
We might as well just ask the capacity of this venue to answer that question. Eugene Madera scoring inside. Muntinlupa still trying to fight back here. Down by 24, under 5 minutes in this game. Med Salim, the third homegrown, about to check back in. There are 4 homegrowns of Zamboanga. The fourth one is John Marie Lakas de Santos, who's not available tonight. Steal by Comia. Bounce pass, Mosqueda. He kicks it out. Ignacio for 3. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the very essence of this league. Ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
At hindi pa puno itong venue natin, ha?
Troy Ignacio hitting his fourth three-point shot to the delight of everyone inside the Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum. This guy just lives 20 seconds away. You see his friends, you see his family watching him. And because of that three, the lead has been extended to 27 points. Troy Ignacio, 12 points, 4 3-point shots. He's only come alive in the second half. A big shout out to the Marcelino twins, but man, has he taken over the very essence of this game, the life in this fourth quarter.
Yes, so true. At ang kagandahan dyan, whoa, turnover once again.
They're gonna look for him. Ignacio again! Three-pointer number 5. Welcome home, Joy Ignacio. This is your moment. 15 points, all in the second half. He's the first option in every possession now.
In every possession kasi nakikita na tuwan-tuwa ng mga tao kasi na nanonood dito. At sa mga taga Zamboanga na wala dito sa ating venue, come over when we play our second game.
Foul here on Ivan Villanueva. You know what? We also have to say this. As much as it is a 30-point game, we're not taking away anything from the Muntinlupa Cagers.
Yes.
They fought very hard to the point where Mpbl Muntinlupa is down due to cramps in this game.
Yeah.
They have had an unfortunate season, a lot of injuries. The same thing happened before this game. They just lost Mac Montilla due to a hamstring injury. They're still fighting it out, but it's also no secret just how deep, talented, strong, and compact this Zamboanga team is.
Oo, talaga naman. Matindi talaga. And sadly for Muntinlupa, even B-Boy Engyo is not back into the ball game because of the cramps he experienced earlier.
The foul was ruled and unsportsmanlike after that elbow by Ivan Villanueva. Wasn't a play for the ball. So by the way, no, earlier today, Bacolod won over Jensen. This would be a win by Zamboanga over Muntinlupa. And we'll have to wait and see kung saan po ang magaganap na home court advantage for Game 2 of their respective series. Domar Pataliano scoring 2 points. Can we go back to your point, Coach JB, about what Muntinlupa has to be able to prove? Maybe not in this game, but at least for this series.
Once they should be proud of overcoming the obstacle.
Jeff Gomia making a 3.
And they overcame a tough scenario of needing to win 2 games to get here. So they have the talent and they have the heart to do it.
We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet on the win. Speaking of talent, speaking of heart, that guy has it.
Yes. And yun nga lang, situations I guess did not favor them tonight. Missed some people, injuries, and Zamboanga's just too much. Too much.
This is the third unit of Zamboanga still pounding on Muntinlupa. And you can also imagine, maybe foresee, the upcoming series in the playoffs, an impossible matchups natin. For sure, a lot of people will be excited for the next ones. But we're still at this point, quarterfinals in each division, and we can't count anyone out.
Oh, talagang everything is just a toss-up for now.
Jeff Gomia.
When we,
big.
oh! You know, I'm just excited to see the top 4 teams of both divisions, ano? And when they start facing each other, that will be a much more exciting MPBL basketball game to be a part of.
This last 2 minutes is brought to you by Embassy Whiskey. Chill muna tayo. Jeff Gomia, 7 on the shot clock. Chino Mosqueda. One-hander is good. Remember, folks, in the North Division and South Division finals, we will have 2 broadcast teams because the home court advantage will be different there. Dalawang dalawang game sa isang araw, pero magkaibang venue yun.
Magkaibang venue.
So that means you're gonna feel home court advantage even more come those division finals.
I just realized that, you're right. 2 venues.
Steal by side of Stabby. Ignacio's wide open.
Inunahan ng crowd. Inunahan ng crowd.
This guy will have the best sleep of his life after this game. Not sure what he's gonna do. Maybe he's gonna have some more fun before he sleeps, but what a day, what a night it has been for him.
I think they have several days naman to rest, and I'm pretty sure they'll be given probably 2 days rest.
Good for you to mention that, because we have to remind everyone of the schedule this week.
Tama ka dun.
So tomorrow, our MPBL staff and crew, by the way, we tip our hats off to everyone working in the MPBL. They will be working again tomorrow.
And not sleeping na.
The games tomorrow will be in the Inari Sports Center in Pasig City. On Friday, in the Batangas City Coliseum, which you will cover.
Yes.
And then on Saturday, we go to the Bendia Convention Center in Pampanga. Choi Ignacio will now take a well-deserved breather. Pasok dito si John Mahari. Fast break scoring, 30-10. It's a 31-point ball game here. 70 seconds to go. Zamboanga will go up in this series 1-0. The only team that is an underdog, o yung lower seed that has won so far, is Bacolod over Jensen, because Pampanga and Nueva Ecija won last Saturday.
That's right.
Justin Alano scoring inside.
Wow, 41 seconds remaining, and it looks like parang it's more than 2 minutes pa tayong tumatakbo, you know?
See how aggressive these Zamboangueños still are. It's a lib tapped away. Justin Alano with a breakaway layup. Just burning time here, no more shot clock. Looks like Zamboanga won't shoot anymore. And Mahari tells Vincent Alba that it's the end of the ball game. They will just burn down this clock. What a win for the Zamboanga Family's Brand Sardines. First, it's pure domination from them. Again, fast breaks story. Sila ang lamang. They limit Muntinlupa to a low field goal percentage. In terms of assists, ang laki ng advantage ng Zamboanga. JD Marcelino leading the way in that department. You know, he would have gotten the Best Player of the Game award if it wasn't for the eruption of
Ignacio.
Choi Ignacio. Before we go, you want to greet and advance happy birthday to Kapitan Lolito Policarpio of Puerto Princesa, Barotac, Viejo, Iloilo. Happy fiesta to Kapitan Eddie Lumampao of Barangay San Lucas, Barotac, Viejo, Iloilo. Magandang gabi po sa inyo.
Good
and we
evening
hope
po
that
sa
you
inyo.
enjoy your MPBL action. This player of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the MPBL. With OKBet, own the win. He is considered as the Kobe Bryant here in Zamboanga. Choi Ignacio erupting with 5 3-point shots in the second half.
Great game for him, and I'm happy for him and all the fans here in Zamboanga who really are in love with this guy, you know. At ngayon parang sila na rin ang nanalo ng award na ito.
Well, they didn't have to travel far to witness the greatness of their very own Choi Ignacio, who is now with Gianna Llanes.
Yes, I am with our best player of the game. He had a total of 15 points, 5 3-pointers. May punto during the second half that you just exploded. Alam ko, especially itong moment na para sa'yo dahil Zamboangueño ka, ikaw ay isang proud Zamboangueño. So, nung nag-explode ka and you had repeated shots, ano yung nasa isip mo?
Nagpapasalamat muna ako sa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala binigyan sa amin yung panalo na to. Maraming salamat sa mga kakampi ko. Tiwala nila binigay sa akin. Sa coaches ko, marami ding salamat na binigay nilang tiwala.
And next game naman, wala naman kayong home court advantage. So paano nyo sisiguraduhin na ganito pa rin yung energy nyo, same as the first game?
Kung ano man ang ginagawa namin sa practice, palagi namin paghahandaan yun para sa next game namin.
Marami kang supporters, hindi lang dito sa venue, pero nanonood rin. Sino ang gusto mong pasalamatan?
Unang-una, pinapasalamat ako yung asawa ko sa palagi ng pagsuporta sa akin. Mama ko, nandito sa taas, nanonood. Tsaka sa mga kasama ko, taga dito sa barangay ko, maraming salamat sa suporta. Lalo na sa UCI Canning, kay Sir TV, kay Ma'am Anita, maraming salamat. At sa mga anak ko pala na nasa bahay nanonood, Alina, Kylie, Amara, and baby ko, Haydar, maraming salamat sa suporta. I love you. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Magsukol.
Thank you very much once again. That was our best player of the game, Troy Ignacio. He had 15 points, and this best player of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the MPBL. Back to you, Migs and JB.
Thank you so much, Gianna, and thank you so much as well to Troy Ignacio for reminding us one of the best reasons why the MPBL exists. Our playoff picture, Nueva Ecija up 1-0 against Marikina. Same goes for Pampanga over Bataan, Zamboanga over Muntinlupa, and Bacolod over Gensan. Pasig City will go up against QC, San Juan versus Val City tomorrow. That will happen inside the Inares Sports Arena in Pasig City. And then on Friday as well, we have Bacoor going up against the Batangas City Embassy Chill in the main game. And then Sarangani also will take on the Rizal Golden Coolers. What a night it has been. The second home court defense of Zamboanga here inside the Mayor Vitaliano Diagan Coliseum. And it was their homegrown giving us the story of the night in the Game 1 victory for the quarterfinal series in the South Division. Thank you so much for joining us. In behalf of my partner, Coach JV Gayoso, our courtside reporter, Gianna Llanes, my name is Migs Gomez at ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanya.